Hey Internet, it's me. Okay, so Saw 2. What'd you think?
No bueno.
No?
No, I didn't like the editing, the pacing, the color grading. The acting was pretty... Twist was okay at the end, but it felt kind of cheap.
I like the twist. I remember that.
Very predictable until the end when, the lady took over for Jigsaw,
Mm-hmm.
John. I liked it. They threw it back to the original room from the first movie.
Mm-hmm.
That was about it.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I like this one. It is kind of a different movie. Like, the first one, I felt like had a lot more suspense. Whereas this one, I feel like was more action. I mean, that's not quite, but you know what I mean.
It was faster paced.
Like, this one was more focused on the infighting of the people in the house.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, they weren't necessarily stuck in the traps. They just kind of encountered them when they did. And, like, especially the one guy just basically tried to brute force his way through everything. Whereas, like, in the first movie, they kind of had to go at the pace they had to go to because they were stuck. And it was just the two of them. And they couldn't even, like, reach each other or move around, really.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, I do agree that I think the pacing worked better in the first one. Like, it was a slower build, but it also felt intentional. Whereas this one was faster paced, but it was more kind of chaotic. I still like it. Like, I still thought it was a fun movie. It's just, I like the pacing of the first one better. Like, I like it more as a suspense thriller kind of thing.
It had a good story. It kept you engaged.
Mm-hmm.
And this one was kind of just like, all right, what's the next kill going to be?
Yeah.
And they were all just kind of,
Yeah, it's like Final Destination in a way. Like, after a while, you're just like, all right, who's the next one to go? But it's not nearly as elaborate as Final Destination.
Right. Like the one where the lady stuck her hands up into the box with the two things, where the antidote was in the middle. Like, why not just stick one hand in and then use the other hand to keep that poked up or something?
Yeah.
Don't go like this, because then you're trapped. Just use the other fucking hand. Like, how stupid are you?
And if she had listened to the tape, it would probably have some sort of clue. Or just, if you had common sense. I mean, granted, at that point, the poison had set in and she was near dead anyway, but...
Yeah, it was just okay. I'm going to give it a 4.
See, I would put it... I'm torn between 5 and 6. It's at least average. I'm going to split the difference. I'm just going to give it 5.5. That's where I'm going. Like, it's fine with me. Like, it's average. It's good. Like, I didn't dislike it or anything. I'd seen it before, and it was still okay to watch again. Definitely not as good as the first one.
Did you have clenched fists for the needle pit?
Oh my god, I hate that scene so much. That makes me so uncomfortable.
So here's the thing. She fell in, and she got all stuck with the needles, but then once she started digging through, none of the needles stuck in her hands.
Okay. It doesn't matter. I can't. I don't like that scene. I don't like that at all.
Yeah, I get it.
Oh.
I get it. Everybody's got a thing, but...
Just because the more you move, the more the ones that are in you dig in, and other ones... Ugh, no. I can't.
I also knew that Jigsaw was talking about the back of your mind had the...
Yes.
The numbers were in the back of your mind, so I was watching everybody's neck, and the guy that was trying to find all the numbers on the neck, they actually showed the back of his neck a lot. He never had a number there.
Yeah.
And where he cut was above his collar the whole time.
I was going to say, it was below the collar line for everyone else, but he did cut high.
He had just that t-shirt on, and it was pretty low, and he cut high. There was never a number on him, so...
Yeah.
Not that it mattered, but...
Yeah. Also, too, I feel like he could have been like, well, you're going to tell me my number or I'm going to kill you. Like, he didn't have to just cut it off.
Or he could have just been nice.
I mean, yeah, that was an option the entirety of the movie, but I think he made it clear at that point he wasn't going to. I don't know. In that situation, you'd think... Well, you'd hope that you'd be more like the kid. Like, all right, let's just slow down and get on the same page for a second and talk. Like, let's not immediately turn on each other and make the situation worse. Like, calm down and think it through.
So here's my big thing. We got 500 more of these fuckers to watch.
Yes.
The lady that took over for John, Jigsaw,
Mm-hmm.
she has no gravitas at all. She has no presence to me. John had a cool, scary, moody atmosphere about him.
Yeah.
This lady doesn't have any of that.
Well, we'll see how it turns out.
So
I'm as in the dark now as you are too.
It makes my willingness and patience and want to watch the rest of this franchise go way down. So they better do something really fun and creative to pull it back up, and they better stop doing that skip frame editing because I hate it.
Yeah, I don't like that. But like, I mean,
that was a product of its time. The early 2000s had a lot of that, so I get it, but I still hate it.
This franchise definitely is like, you can tell when each of these movies came out. Like even the green color grading, like this came out around the same time as The Matrix, and they're like, oh hey, everyone loves that, sepia plus green kind of color scheme.
I never did.
But I mean, Pumpkinhead, was really good, and then it was not good. But then the third one was really good again. Final Destination 4 was crap. 5 was amazing. So they can come back.
It could happen.
I'm
it
not
could
writing
happen. But
it's happened twice already.
Yeah,
so.
it can. I'll just say it could happen. It could happen. I could be surprised, and I could love one of these movies and just want to watch it over and over all the time.
Yeah,
but I doubt it.
Well, we'll see. We'll be back tomorrow, and we'll let you know how it went.